So I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to chop up breaks on the polyend tracker. Instead of chopping up each transient and getting a whole bunch of different drum hits, we're gonna kind of just chop it up in eighths and get a little bit more of an organic feel to the break. If you want to get kind of like a beat juggling vibe, if that makes any sense. And if you're good at finger drumming, this is really a fun way to do it. I'm not that great at it at all, so I'm still trying to get better. But this is definitely a way to kind of get a different vibe to your sound. Yeah. So, anyways, let's go ahead and look and see how it's done. So the samples that I have loaded here, the first one I've already done to kind of mess around with it and get a feel for what I want to show. But the other ones here I haven't done anything to yet. So if we look at the pattern here, I did this pattern really quickly. And that's just a simple, pretty basic pattern. But as I said, when you chop it up into eighths or sixteenths, you can definitely get something that sounds a little bit different than what maybe you're used to. So what we want to do is we want to go into the sample editor and load up the Amen break, crop the break so that it's 2 bars. And so we want to start on a kick right here, and we're going to end on a snare. I'm going to zoom in to kind of make sure this is ending on a good point here. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to crop it down here. I'm going to apply it. Okay, and we want to go into the sample playback. It's going to save it after you do that. And we're going to go into forward loop just to make sure it loops okay. Okay, that sounds okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to beat slice. Now instead of kind of handling a slice at a time, what we can do is we can hold down the shift key and hit equal slice here for a number of 8. So it's going to it'll chop it into eight slices. Confirm it. What you can do is you can kind of go in and adjust the slices, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as is. You can stay at 160, 170 BPM, but I like going really fast, and so I'm going to stick around 186. And it's important to kind of determine what your tempo is going to be, because you're going to need to kind of pitch your break up or down and fine tune it depending on how fast you want it to go. So what we'll do here is on pattern 2, we'll make it 32 steps for now, and we're going to sequence the break as we chopped it. We want to do it this way so we get an idea of how we need to pitch it up or down. All right, so we got some crazy swing there, but we want to make sure it's a little bit tighter than that. To do that, we'll go into our instrument parameters, and we're going to adjust the tune and the fine tune until we get it to a point where it sounds okay with the tempo. So we have the tempo set, we had the tune set to where it sounds okay. And so the next step is to kind of go in there and just figure out how you want to sequence things. If I'm trying to come up with an idea or just kind of goofing around, I'll just do something. And you can kind of go through here and get some ideas for how you want to kind of lay out or sequence your breaks, or you can just do it completely random. You don't have to you don't have to plan ahead. I can just go. And so once you have things that sound kind of cool, you could just sit here and spend all day trying to come up with different ways to kind of do your break beats. It's a fun way to do it, and you can get kind of depending on what kind of break you're using or how you have it set up, you can get some really hectic sounding drums, and I know that's really fun to do. And then you kind of go from there. So what I'll do is I'll share this project for anyone that's interested, so you can go in there and mess with the breaks that are in here and kind of have fun with it.